to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness like a feather bind my wandering heart to thee. To wander, Lord, I feel it, but to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, oh King, and seal it for thy courts above. Here's my heart, oh, take and seal it for thy courts above.
All right, you may be seated. Hello, my name is Brian Van Ark. I'm the Senior Pastor of Family Ministries, and I also want to welcome you this afternoon. And you know what? We want to begin with a story. I think we need a good story today, don't you? And I'm going to get a little stand here. Thank you. Here we go. Well, new parents. You can tell them by the deer in the headlights vacant look that they have, possibly blurry-eyed from lack of sleep, filled with a deep sense of responsibility, and yet we detect just a note of worry. Life has changed. Weeks into the presence of that little bundle of joy, we note an edge about them. Under their breath, they mumble, "No one told us that Friday nights out would be Friday nights in for 18 years. Oh, through many hours of reflective calm, characterized by round-the-clock feeding, changing, rocking, holding, our new parents soon have an epiphany. Their own parents have a new name. They're grandparents. Wow, how grand. It dawns on them. Why, isn't that a code word for babysitter? Perhaps Friday nights are rescued. And in the glee of it all, they all of a sudden thought of that movie, Mel Gibson, Braveheart, and they cried out, "Freedom! Freedom!" But wait, the plot thickens. The babysitters, the grandparents, well, they already have begun to enjoy parenting from a distance. And one Friday, they dared to leave their home, we're sure, thank the new parents, for some frivolous occasion without clearing it with the new parents, thus precipitating a crisis on that Friday night. What shall they do? Think. We have to think. Well, so they get out their smartphones, and whatever did they do without those before, and they Google. Now, just so you know, Google is different than Goo-Goo. That's what the baby does, okay? And they Googled new parent and Friday night out. And it was amazing. There came up this word. It was called godparent. They click on it, and they soon discover that in some traditions, they have godparents, which somehow our new parents interpret that as this: God has seen our desolation by our parents and has delivered unto us a backup plan. And then using their $100,000 college degree that their parents may still be shelling out for, they set up their minds and thought, now, who could fit that bill? Who could do that? Well, how about Aunt Mary and Uncle Bill? Oh, good idea. Their kids live out of state. Okay, or perhaps it's the Farleys next door. Oh, I don't know. He's a Packers fan. You know, it's not going to happen. So, what about the friends in our small group? Well, we do need somebody to go out with us on Friday night. That's not going to work. So, this is the beautiful part. One Sunday morning, after arriving 15 minutes early for the service at Ada Bible Church, which is, I'm sure, their custom, our new parents noticed a slide that said Child Dedication Information Meeting. And have you thought, what a great idea. I think we should be thinking about those things. And so they went to the meeting. And this is what they heard. You can invite grandparents, relatives, and friends, and during the service, they will be promising to care for you and your child. They turned to each other with a knowing glance. And both at once, they jumped up and they said, sign us up, sign us up. So how many can we bring? Well, now you kind of know why you're here. All right. But you know what? That little story, just to suggest that this is a wonderful time where we all get together, we have a little bit of fun, we have a little bit of joy going on, and by the way, there's going to be a little bit of noise. If you notice, you can kind of hear it a little bit like that, and usually about, a few more minutes in, we'll hear more, and then a few more minutes, we'll hear a lot more, and it's just where it's going to be. And we're going to have a whole lot of fun, because it's all about those kids that we're hearing. So, why are we here today? Really, we're here not just for babysitting, but we're here to dedicate our children to the Lord, to celebrate with these parents their decision to say, God, this gift you give us belongs to you. For sure. It's not fire insurance. It's not about guaranteeing that God is automatically saves your child because you dedicated your child today. But then, what is it? I think it's this. And this is what I hope as a parent and as a grandparent, that as you take this all in, that you understand that today we begin a conversation. A conversation between God, a conversation with each other, and a conversation with your church. And with the people of that church who want to love you and walk alongside of you on this journey. Because we're here to recognize that children are temporary gifts. They're gifts that we have for a season. And it's a gift that is to be treasured and nurtured. But it ultimately is not ours. They belong to God. And so we practice the words today. God, our child belongs to you. Our child belongs to you. You see, we do this today on purpose. We practice those words because there's going to come a point where it's just out of our control. We don't get to choose to give them up. We don't get to choose to say our time with them is done. We don't get to choose that. They belong to God. And so we practice today. And also, it's something that you're going to face as you go along in life. That first time you drop them off at the school bus. The first time they go for that trip away from home. The time when they get hurt or sick, and sometimes really bad. Or when they attend that first youth group activity. Oh, wait, how about when we hand them a key to a 2-ton vehicle? Yikes. And then when they maybe go to college or they get that first job. In the midst of this, our God asks us to prepare them and to let them go. To grow them and be letting go. Not letting go as if, oh, they go away, but letting go. Well, we hope they do, right? By 26, 27. But what we hope is that they find a way that they follow God and they see the world in the way that He does. That's our goal as a parent. So, as we work together, as we celebrate together today, remember that God is faithful to us and that He calls us to be faithful to Him in taking these treasures and help growing them and releasing them to the world, knowing that they have a Savior and knowing that they can live and respond to God in the world. So it's our time to be faithful. Well, we have a special speaker today, and Tim introduced himself. I'd love if Tim Nelson would come up and share a challenge with us.
Well, I'm standing to you before you today as not only a pastor but also a father. I'm in the process of raising my own 4 children, and you'll see a picture of them here. Gabrielle's 14, Isaac's 11, Sam 8, and Sophie is 7. And I remember like yesterday when our kids were that age. And so it's an honor to stand before you and say, hey, take a lot of pictures, take a lot of videos, and then actually watch the videos one day, because you'll get a lot of laughs out of them. We have family nights often, watch our videos, and just have a great time. You are dedicating your children to the Lord, and by so doing, you're saying, we are followers of Jesus Christ as parents, and we want our children to become followers of Jesus Christ and devoted to Him all the days of their life. Our task as parents is to raise them to direct their minds to the Scriptures, to God's holy Word, and to guide them along a path that helps them find God for themselves and have a relationship with Him that's vibrant, alive, and growing. It's our quest as a church to come alongside you as parents and to help equip you along that journey. And it's a great privilege to do so. I ask you to direct your minds to the Scriptures, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9. And that'll guide us this morning. This comes on the heels of God giving the children of Israel and Moses his marching orders, 10 rules of living